End of the World Entertainment, Living Proof Magazine, live from South by Southwest. We are here with Travis Senger of Lincoln Leopard Films. He's the director of White Lines and the Fever, The Death of DJ Junebug, which just screened in the documentary shorts competition. We're going to see what he has to say about the creation of that film. Why hadn't we heard the story of DJ Junebug until now?
I think Junebug is just one of those untold stories. He's a guy that, died very, very young, as the story kind of reveals. And I think there was also a lot of controversy around his death. And because of that, it's taken some time for the story to get out. And everybody at the Fever and everybody at that period knew and loved Junebug. It's just unfortunate that he was involved in some things that I think that people were scared in some ways to talk about him. And I think it was just a matter of time before his ability as a DJ really surfaced. And now, through Mark McCord's article, which was published in Wax Poetics, it kind of started surfacing, and that's how I found out about him, and I found his story very compelling.
You really connected with a great array of the people that played a role in that story. How did you get in touch with those folks?
Yeah, we immediately, I love early hip hop. I grew up listening to it, and once I read the article by Mark in Wax Poetics, and I kind of identified with it, I said, okay, I want to make this movie. I talked with my producer Michael about it, and we got connected with Mark. And Mark had already interviewed a lot of the people for the article, and so it was based on that. It made it a little bit easier to go ahead and say, hey, we're going to do this as a documentary. Do you guys want to get together with us in person? And we had written the script actually like you would a narrative, and so we could, because we had screened everybody over the phone to see like what's their story, is it fit, who do we want in the documentary, and we could only have a pretty small group of people because of our budget. And so then once we knew who we wanted, we were able to really go after them pretty aggressively to make it work for everybody.
Was this difficult for them? Were they resistant to talking about it?
I think there was a lot of trust building, and a lot of the conversations I had with each of them over the phone. Bernice, the mother of his child, we talked for hours and hours over the phone, and she told me a lot of things, and it took time, through just, phone call conversations to build that kind of trust. And so by the time I met them in person, they did kind of get a sense that these guys are okay. These guys are good guys, and it was just like, do you want to do it? If we're going to do it, we got to do it, and we got to let go of some of the fears and anxieties and just tell the story. And I think they were willing to make that jump.
Did you feel pressure telling this story? As a hip-hop fan?
I just wanted to make a film that I really loved, and I think I trust my ability as a filmmaker, and I have to kind of ride on that and make a film that I believe in, and not be too overly, fearful of the audience, because I think that will cripple you through the process if you don't have an idea of how you would like to see the movie, and to try to do everything you can to make that happen.
Have you screened it yet for the people you interviewed, all the different characters? Have they seen it?
No, they haven't seen it, but we can't announce it until Thursday, but we're going to be playing another festival in New York that starts with the T in late April, and everybody's going to be together at that time, and it's going to be incredible because Junebug's son hasn't met any of that family, and his mother kind of took him out of that scene after, after things went down, and so it'll be interesting to see if we can't reconnect Nigel and Junebug's son with that side of the family.
Check out the website, Travis Senger, White Lines and the Fever, The Death of DJ Junebug.
All right.
Peace.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.